Well, fuck you too, pal.
Dropping the stuff off now.
That was rude. We focus on trades, goes to be more balanced. Well, and then it would also require a societal shift. Say, you know, I think that because I know in the counseling office when in the counseling office when I was in high school, there was a posters that said, you know, work smarter, and they get a photo of a person like the usual like business suit or whatever or lab coat. Work smarter so you don't have to work harder. And then it's like the showed a person like in coveralls and all grimy and such. And it's like the typical like low opinion white collar workers are supposed to have of blue collar workers. Don't think that makes you worry you won't achieve your dream? Why would you say that? Or is this another instance of chat delay striking? Yeah, I think it took me entirely too long. I'll be honest. It took me entirely too long to come around to the idea that yeah, you don't necessarily need to to like be passionate about what you're doing. You don't need to find meaning in your work. It helps, but you certainly don't have to do it. Just find something you don't hate that pays the bills and like doesn't actively make the world worse. You stay as a grumpy nature because you're 32 and you're gonna grow up in here. Well, as we established, yeah, some folks like interacting with people more than others. Look, every mug has a degree, then you have no specialness. That makes you stand up be bottom worker forever. Yeah, okay, yes, I would say no. Yeah, okay, so I would disagree that there is nothing that makes you stand out. First off, you've got, again, what you're doing now, your experience. I mean, that's something that sets you apart right there. Let me make sure that's not going to boil off. Oh, we got a little bit to go yet. Lovely. But no, I do not believe that you will be on the bottom rung forevermore. Not in any way, shape, or form. Now, you're going to own a house, I don't know. There we go. But that's not a thing linked to having a degree or not. That's that's at least as much a housing market thing as anything else. Okay. Here, give me that. I'll put one there. I'm not going to leave you behind. Oh, I hate wasting fire, but I kind of want to get back to the radio before the aurora goes away. But yeah, Martian, I I said right now between your degree and your work experience, I wouldn't worry about being special. Like you have things that will make you stand out. It said, and like the whole notion of everyone having a degree. Now, honestly, that's baked in now. That has long since been baked into the whole job market. So that's not something you need to worry about. Eh? Oh, oh, there's an aurora wolf. Okay, there's that one wolf we didn't clear up earlier. I wonder what was racing around out there. Yep, we're just gonna not deal with that. Okay, so we have 50 doses of vitamin C for 25 days in a mine. I think that should be fine. Because if we take that vitamin C with us, then we don't need to worry about bringing in fish. Because like what our other vitamin C sources are going to be probably, well, maybe pies. I think actually I can. Yeah, the pen can only give minor vitamin C. So, we have vitamin C. I want those caffeine pills. Those would help a lot. It would mean we don't need to trade for coffee. Because I think we might have like a couple tins knocking around somewhere in the world, but we don't have many. And we certainly don't have 25 days worth of coffee. We take the vitamin C pills, we take the caffeine pills, we take the and the food we take needs to provide energy.
Pick up if you hear me.
Oh, now look who's feeling all neighborly.
Well, well, my pal on the radio.
All right, what you got, bud?
I'm up for it.
That sounded menacing. Love to own a home, which another place again is a need to have. I see the future being apartments, condos. It's not running outward, grow upwards. Yeah, yeah, upward helps. A lot of space on the ground, no outside day. Yeah, and yeah, apartments, condos, stuff like that. It's just you get what they build. They need to one, they need to build more, and two, they need to be of a variety that regular people. They need to make them for people who are going to live in them, not people who are going to invest in them and then use them as again like ways to top up their retirement account. Okay, we have no pills. I am sad. Okay, we could do a quick arrow trade because we're lousy with flour and salt. Okay, I'll take 3 more manufactured arrows. This is just a real super quick trade so we can refresh the board. We could do this tonight, but I don't wanna. Okay, 3 ptarmigan down, 3 highs, 4.5 liters of water, easy peasy.
That'll do it.
How many do we have here? Okay, I have 25 doses of caffeine pills. That's not bad, but I feel like I'd like at least double that. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like people saying, "Oh, there are millions of empty homes in the U.S." I mean, that is technically true, but those homes aren't where the people are. Like, it doesn't matter if there's a bunch of vacant homes to be occupied in Williston, North Dakota, if you're living in San Francisco or New York. You know, the homes and the people need to be in the same place. That's how homes work. But there I am about to go off on one again. Well, yeah, and I was and typical millennial complaint here. I don't hold out much hope of owning a home. I don't even know if I want one. I don't have that much stuff. You know, I had if I could get like just like a nice one bed apartment or like a condo. Just something simple. Something a way to to feel like you've got roots in a community, right? Like you have some sense of stability. But if you want to buy a place in this town, you have to be a literal millionaire. Good luck with that. Okay, 3 hides, 3 ptarmigan down, 4.5 liters of water. Well, okay, 1, 2, 3. Hides, 1, 2, 3. And then water we can take care of out there. And they make it cheaper to move somehow. I'm not sure how you. I mean, that would certainly help. Like moving, like one of those studies they did, like moving is like one of the most stressful things you can go through. It's like somehow it's up there with childbirth. Yeah, it is definitely disruptive and in no way fun. And no matter how much, no matter how good you are at limiting your accumulation of stuff, you will always find you have too much. I speak from experience. Martian, you want a house because your parents don't, and you want to feel secure in one spot, and that's totally fair. And part of it is like there's the stability of owning a place, but you also need the stability of knowing like if you're going to stay in a place, you can it is viable for whatever 10, 20 years, or like for working through a mortgage, and you can afford to live there. You'll be able to have a steady job, make the payments on said house, and just even more basic than that, knowing you want to stay there for a decade or two or more. Some people do, some people don't. Some people work in an industry that doesn't really do that kind of job security. And you can't really plan decades down the line. Not that I know anything about that. But yeah, it's different strokes for different folks, which is the long and the short of that. But yeah, nope. Know what you want. Know how you're gonna go about getting it, and we need. I cannot think of any location that needs to that couldn't be improved with more affordable housing. How about that? You know what? I made those for a reason. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, I need another liter and a half of water. Hey, Will, welcome in. Good to see you. How's the weekend going? You're fortunate to have found a house. Yeah, and that's another thing that gives me pause. As much as like the stability would be nice, and the ability to like make a place your own, there there is a certain level of freedom that comes with renting as opposed to owning. Like, if if stuff breaks, there should be a landlord say, "Hey, landlord, you own this. Fix it."
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Well, okay, the carpet is dry, so I gotta fix the drywall. Oh, that stinks. But hey, it's a progress of a sort, right? See, Melderon. Yeah, Dream Life would involve a house, plus a fully functioning underground bunker. Okay. That could house several families indefinitely. Oh. It'd be a semi-prepper. You'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. Okay, but for what? You use the bunker as a staycation once a month or something? If we're, what, you got settled mind to get so you can stave off cabin fever? Burst pipe is no fun. Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. Oh, March at its finest. Yeah. Okay, you give me a liter, and you give me a liter. I guess I'll ask you, Will, as as someone whose job revolves around working the numbers and assessing that sort of thing. Is it worth the trade-off in your mind? Like the stability, having having a place to raise a family, the equity, if nothing else, is that worth the headaches that come with home ownership and all its thrills? Okay, pay that back. To you, yes. Okay. Well, there and And I definitely I can definitely understand that. It is it is an experience largely foreign to me. But again, that is the life I have chosen. You know, to quote Dickens and Hyman Roth. Call it yours, increases with the value, get to make it your home. Yeah. And then there's a lot of economic benefits, psychological benefits, or retirement fund. Yeah. And but it's an investment you're living in, which is again, that is what the way these things are supposed to work, right? You know, I'm I am no fan of President Xi Jinping, but when he said homes are for living in, not for speculating, I I couldn't help but say, oh, fuck yeah, buddy. I don't, you don't believe in any kind of apocalypse. You use the world not okay. Number of things, having a bunker something like you feel safe and secure. Okay, just don't invest in those baker buckets. The prepper food. Some of that stuff is absolutely vile. Excuse the people who don't have retirement plans. Yeah, well, I don't. You know, some people like to make out that people don't know that they need that kind of thing. I would posit they do know. They do know they need to save for retirement. It's just how, like what, with what money. Because I don't having grown up like the child of two public school teachers in a small village, we didn't have a lot of extra money knocking around. So, and we knew where every penny was going. And so I bristle a little when I hear like you know, these commentators talk about they just they need you know, people need financial education. They don't need higher paying jobs. They just need to be more responsible with their money. It's like sounds like victim blaming to me. You just hit 100K in your 401k, and that for 9 years. That is pretty good, yeah. Okay, I do see two doggos here. Oh wow, it's already getting like late afternoon. But if I can snipe these two, first off it'll be safer for the Aurora, and we can have more meat ready for the box. If I was feeling fancy, I'd try to snipe them from afar, but we're on ice, and ice is bad for arrows, so we'll do this the old-fashioned way. There goes my 1% arrow. Yes, yes. Come to me, woodland friend. Okay, that was an archery 5 shot. I yanked that. 32 is for you live out disability, like you get barely food each month. You have no way to save for an emergency, let alone retirement. Well, yeah. Well, then in that case, I can. Yeah, having the security, you know, having a bunker to fall back on, definitely understand the appeal. But yeah, it sucks that you only get by. It's like there's getting by, and then there's actually like thriving. Now, again, you know your situation better than I do, Meldron. But I hope things pick up enough to where you know you can do more than just get by. because that's a lot of stress to go through every
It's hard to
single day.
carry much more.
Okay. Feathers, yes. We love our feathers. All right. So we'll drop off. We'll put the meat out front because the box is currently full. Put the meat and fat out front. Put the doggos in there, and then we'll head back to the Quonset, and I'll give Astrid a quick nap so we can do our shuttle run again. Yeah, Will, exactly. It's like if you're always at the red line, that is gonna that is gonna it's gonna wear on you. Even the most stoic, stone-faced person is gonna even stone wears away over time. You're fortunate, but that fortune comes with risk and a lot of hard work. You're just lucky, Pisman. The reason I chuckle about that is because there is there's a philosophy podcast that I listen to. It comes like once a month, and like it's like there's one a lay person and then a professional philosopher, and said professional philosopher, his PhD thesis was all about luck, not like fortune, but like a epistemic luck, I think. And he goes on at length about being what he calls luck pilled. So I think the luck he's talking about and the luck you're talking about, I think they're two different things. But whenever the discussion of luck comes up, the podcast starts playing in my head. I know who's like not to, you know, like don't know what it's like not to worry about money. Okay, there's that. Let me drop these over here. There we go. Now, plus your desire to be prepared just leaves you at the bunker side of things, and totally understandable. the vitamin C pills have 5 calories. Precious. Oh yeah, I meant to check. Okay, yeah, major vitamin C. So yeah, like one of those is basically a fish steak's worth of vitamin C. So we got the vitamin C covered. I really need the energy covered. Caffeine pills would help. I suppose, yeah, the pies would do as well. That would just take an absolute shit ton of flour, which we do have. But boy, whoa, that would be a pain to take to the mine, as well as rose hips or peaches to fill it with. Ah well, there's a luck involved, Will, but not all lucky to push yourself. Yeah, definitely. It's like there's getting breaks. Oh gosh darn it, I didn't drop off the hide and the guts. Well, tell you what, while we're attractive, why don't we snipe this boyo over here, assuming that's a wolf. That's a wolf. So we'll get that, and then we'll make the neighborhood just that much safer for the Aurora. I like it. I was one parent port 30, the other port 40. Oh, god damn, that does suck, Will. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, we good? And then that's a prop deer. We don't need that. Bunker, you're going with little. Bunker provides the ultimate security if things hit the fan. Assuming it's like not like a meteor strike from outer space. That bunker might not be that helpful in that instance. But for the most part, yes.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear. It's getting dark out here. I'll look for shelter.
You've been overcome all this plus mental health. Lost both parents for your 34th birthday. I mean, yeah, and you have every reason to feel feel proud of what you've built. Let no one take that away from you, Will. And yeah, and you're right. It would have been easy to just say, fuck it. This lifetime is not it's not one that's going to work out for me. Because lots of people would and have, but you persevered. Okay, is the coast actually clear? I think it is. Yep. Last thing we need is a surprise return from Petunia as we're walking about all 3 stank bars. I don't think how much caffeine do we need? Because like it seems like it's a fairly rare pull on these trader labs. I think we've seen that exactly once, and we've seen the vitamin C pills exactly once. So maybe I shouldn't be banking so hard on our rerolls here. Hard to keep fighting, and you like life on hard mode. Well, sure. Although I imagine it would also be, if life could be less hard mode every so often, that wouldn't be such a bad thing either. Okay, 3 more wolf, and then 6 more gut. We all would be. It would be good for all of us. It just like we could like crank life down to pilgrim just for a little while. Okay, coastal misanthropes. Now we have 23 wolf and 92 guts. As you build a bunker, so we have any airtight, triple redundancy. Yeah, I mean that might survive build run. That also would. I imagine that would also be pretty expensive. But the terrible ones you don't enjoy the best stuff. I mean that is fair, but that's why I said just like if we could all play on Pilgrim just every once in a while, just to unclench. So we don't, because if you're going through every day in a defensive crouch expecting the worst, yes, you might be prepared as much as one can be, but you're gonna burn yourself out. And just this is another mental leap I had to make. Like I being of the like that mindset that just always assuming the worst, then you're either right or you're pleasantly surprised. Which at a surface level it sounds sensible, like what you're always prepared for something bad, and if something good comes along, then yay. But it's also kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like if you never allow yourself to hope for something better, that really limits the way you view life, right? If you're always on the lookout for the bad. Wait, where? Oh, there you are. Okay. I really don't want you here. So away you go. Are you serious? We're all just respawning right now, huh? I have commerce to attend to. Fuck you. Fuck your ziggy-zaggy bullshit. The fuck was that? God damn it. Okay. Clothing check. Okay, the toque took a beating. All right, we got some repairs to do.
Back at it, I guess.
Shut up.
I heard you. I'm on it.
Okay. Can I? Okay, 18 minutes. Yeah, let's just out of an abundance of caution, because the toques and the ear wraps, they always tend to take the worst. How is our bedroll? Still fine. Hell of a time for them all to respawn. About to do the. Yeah, and for the record, Melderon, I do not free. I know some channels people prefer. Folks don't post walls of text. I'm fine with it, because in fairness, I will do that on occasion myself. So it would be rude of me to tell someone else not to do that too. You got some cards to give the kids? Nice. God, that has me. That has me on edge now. All right. What did we get? Oh yeah, 3 arrows. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we'll see if we can refresh another trade before the night is out. Let's see what. Oh yeah, I did via WhatsApp. I did get a confirmation that the cousin who got married in Ireland in December, we have confirmation that the stateside ceremony is going to be September 19th. So that will be something for me to look forward to and probably, plan sooner rather than later. Yeah, I am currently down to one leave day, but because we work off the financial year, so the end of the financial year is March 31st here. So come April 1st, everything rolls over, including our leave. So I'll get my full allotment again. No rollovers, unfortunately.
You need to rest soon.
But I'm almost certainly just gonna stay here until then. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, we'll grab a quick snack, head back, and they'll get the other trade going. Yeah, it is going to be different because I've also been told that I guess my new cousin-in-law. I don't know if there's a name for that. But yeah, so my cousin's husband is like bringing his Irish family to Nebraska, and I think most of them have not been to the U.S., and I know they haven't been to Nebraska. So we're we're going to be introducing a bunch of Europeans to life in the middle of the country, which will be it'll be entertaining. He came to Nebraska to see the family a few times, and like the first time he did, he insisted on riding a mechanical bull, and apparently he had an absolute blast doing it. So I fear he may try to talk some of his other relatives into doing that. So what are you? Let's see if the crows were over a corpse or something. But maybe those are just traveling crows. But anyway, so I have that to look forward to. Now, my cousin has somehow chosen a Saturday that is a Nebraska football home game, which would normally be quite gauche. But I see, yeah, they explained it. They explained why they chose that day. Oh, there you are. I'll get to you later. Yeah, I guess there was like availability concerns and making sure his parents could come over, so it wasn't like just a blind draw. There were reasons for picking the day they did. And it's a game where if Nebraska was going to lose that one anyway, or if they were going to lose that one, that's one you wouldn't want people watching in the first place. I think they're playing North Dakota, a team they really should not be losing to.
for more? Huh? This is all I found.
You keep offering me the bunker rifle. I already have one, man. 6 8 weeks until baseball season. Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's probably spring training happening right now. I would assume in Arizona, Florida, etc. This is basically the same stuff as last time, man. What are you doing to me? Uh, oh, I mean, it's not bad, but maple saplings for coffee. I hate it. Yeah, okay, nice. That's right, West Palm Beach. Okay. Yes, with the Puerto Rico is all the rage these days. But yeah, I suppose no sense abandoning what's already working. Okay, fine. I'll take 2 bags of salt.
Time to call it a day.
So we'll harvest up those wolves. They can be for, actually, it said meat or fish. Meat or fish. Okay, good. And then a liter and a half of water. Easy, easy peasy. Real quick. There we go. Not sure who keeps turning the radio off. I don't appreciate that. Whatever ghost haunts the Quonset. Oh yeah. Cloth. I got 4 pieces of cloth. Let's do this real quick. The pants took a bit of a beating as well. Very nice. And I have leather. I have 4 pieces of leather. Okay. Patch up the gauntlets. Beautiful. Okay. So we got the one doggo on the right outside, and then the other one across the street. Should be simple enough. Give me a couple more. That'll do. Now I wonder, because I could just go out and back, to, yeah, go to the wedding and then come straight back. But I kind of wonder, should I combo that with something? Like, should I go somewhere else, or I don't know. And I know, like, where do I spend my vacation days after what we've been talking about? Yeah, it is a very privileged kind of thing to I don't even fret about, just to consider. But I do. Excuse me. I know there's a part of me that has always wanted to visit Mexico, and I wonder, would that be a time to do that, or would it be still too terribly hot in September? I know. I have this. I have a, the list of I should go here. I should go there. It's like, what was it? So we were playing Relooted the last couple nights, and they talked about taking the artifacts that they reclaim to the Museum of Black Civilizations in Dakar, Senegal. And then I instantly had the thought, oh, that sounds cool. I should go see that in person. It's like Senegal. You know, I haven't been to Australia. I haven't even been to Taiwan. It's like a less than 2 hour flight, and I'm gonna go all the way to freaking Senegal. This this is what happens when wanderlust skips a generation. Like my grandparents, they loved motoring around. My parents, direct opposite. Homebodies, each and every one of them. And I guess that the wanderlust concentrated over a generation, and now it is basically in me.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
See, my siblings didn't get it. None of my cousins got it. Apparently, being the first of the generation, hogged it all to myself. Me? Selfish? Why would you get that idea? Alright. They leave any? No, I think that's about it. Yeah, we took care of them a couple of days ago, and then we took care of those doggos, and then we got the respawned ones back at the Quonset. Grumble, 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 grumble. I don't know. Chat, if money was no object, what foreign country would you go see? And why? Like I said, I have a list that is entirely too long. And sometimes the wind just catches me, like this Senegal thing. Like a couple years ago, I thought, you know what, you know where I really want to go? Saudi Arabia. Why? I guess I saw that Cathay Pacific they're starting a direct route to Riyadh, and I guess that was that, and there being a metro there made me think, you know what, that's a good enough reason. Let's go. Number 1 years in Japan. Totally understandable, Meldron. I can't disagree. It's a great place to visit. Tons to do. The food is amazing. The public transit is world class. I say, depending on where you go, there will be lots of other tourists alongside you, to be fair. But that's certainly no fault of yours. And yeah, what was it? I think it was,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I can't remember if it was Anthony Bourdain or Henry Rollins. Like you're going to Japan is like a life-changing experience, especially if you've never been abroad before. Okay, 2 more wolf. Wait, no. Oh, shit. I need that meat. How'd that meat get there? This is why we don't use the 3 key. So, hey, love my Kia. Welcome in. How goes the weekend? Where was I? Yes, coastal, misanthropes. 25 wolf, 96 guts, and no meat indoors. Let's check this. Ooh, nice. 1, 2, and 1, and... Oh, wait, no, can't do that. Can I get that? Can I get that? Okay, that's probably about as good as that's going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, okay. You know, a lot of the culture, like to live there for a year or two so you can really experience the things. That is the way to do it. I will say. See, I was fortunate enough to live in Japan for well basically 2 years, finishing my undergrad degree. I would have loved to stay, but I couldn't find any work beyond teaching English, and I was in my late 30s. So I was already aging out of the Genki Gaijin demographic. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 1.5 liters of water. Do I have that? I sure do. And yeah, it's a great time to go to Japan because like the yen is historically cheap. Okay, locked in. You have a major need to travel as well. Let to get to a point where you could on occasion just go to the airport and pick a random flight somewhere. Well, okay, I can understand that. Wasn't there a Simpsons episode where they did that? That's how the Simpsons ended up in Japan. Again, I, the, just, this is my brain doing what it does. I would I would want a little bit more uh, planning of forethought, just because I would I would be absolutely paranoid about going somewhere without a plan, an itinerary. Because I mean that's me. I am an inveterate planner. Yeah, Meldron. So there's a like the Flanderses. They've been studying their Japanese, and they're in their kimono, and they're like you can tell this is pre 9/11. They're walking up to the gate, and then the Simpsons family just charges in ahead of them, and then takes their seats on the plane. Talk, talk, yeah, talk about a world that we don't inhabit anymore. You being able to just walk right up to your gate without facing any security. Oh yeah, let me do this real quick. Woo, hell of a shot. Yeah, well done, Kia. You love to plan, you also love spontaneity. ADHD needs strict rules, but at the same time, chaos must be an option. And that's fair. I think one way I've tried to I don't know if my brain is that kind of neurospicy. Like, one way I try to soothe that need for planning is, but still, leave room for adaptation, is you. Wait, I make a list of all the things I want to do when I go to a place, but I don't say I'm going to do this on this day, this on this day, this on this day, unless they're like time limited, right? Like it's a specific event happening, or it involves someone else in their schedule. Then yeah, you need to make some allowances. But if it's just like, I want to go see this museum, yeah, just go when the mood strikes you, or depending on energy and weather conditions. You know, you can have that room for spontaneity, but still have a general structure in which to function. Whereas that's what works for me. What works for you might be totally different. Because especially as a as a I was saying, as I get older, I've gained this experience as an experienced traveler. No, it's what it is in years past I would uh, push so hard to do as much as I could in a spot. I would burn myself out. Like when I went to Paris, about a decade ago, and I touristed so hard I made myself sick. Where I had to use a day just recovering in my hotel room. I swear I heard bear crows, but maybe it was just the wind. 'Cause it hasn't been that long since I killed the townside bear, right? Pretty sure. Okay, let me grab this branch or this limb, excuse me, here. Pop that in the gas station. So, if at some point we want to like really trick out the Quonset, or if we have trays that involve firewood, we should be in good shape. You can do it fully planned out. Yeah, that's also part of the reason why I don't do group tours wherever possible. It's just I don't like I don't like having that strict a schedule. Little like I said, have a thing you want to do, and you do whatever order comes naturally. You desire to do everything. Fair. And yeah, and the most important part of that, again, is listening to your body. So you don't try to push past your body telling you, hey, um, you're gonna burn me out there, bud. Please don't. Just randomly going somewhere not previously thought about is something you do if the urge struck. Okay. Well, as long as it's a place where you could show up, like you don't need to apply for a visa, however many weeks ahead of time. Because turns out,
Feels like night is coming.
customs and immigration agents they're not necessarily big fans of
God, I'm starving.
spontaneity. Okay, what do I have that is cooked? Cooked? Uh, big moose? Big moose. Small moose. Okay, that'll do.